Welcome to CBS Easy.
All right, let's dive into a story that completely flips the script on what a spy story should be. We're talking about Robert Arthur's classic, The Midnight Visitor. And trust me, this isn't about gadgets and car chases. It's all about how brains can truly, and I mean truly, beat brawn. So here's what we've got on tap. We'll meet our strange spy, get into the thick of the action with an intruder, unpack a genius plan, see how it all plays out, do a quick knowledge check, and then finish up with everything you need to know for your exams. Let's get to it. Okay, Section 1, not your typical spy. And I mean it. You're gonna have to forget every spy movie you've ever seen.
So check this out. On one hand, you've got your classic fictional spies, right? They're smooth, they're in great shape, they've got all the cool gadgets and guns. But then you have Ausable. The story literally calls him very fat and sloppy. He lives in this kind of depressing, gloomy hotel. His weapon of choice? Not a fancy pistol. It's his brain.
And the best part? Ausable knows exactly what people think. He says this to Fowler, the writer who's come to see him. He's basically saying, yeah, I know. You were expecting someone cool and mysterious, and you got me. He's totally self-aware, and you can almost feel him using this to his advantage, kind of lulling everyone into underestimating him. All right, Section 2, the intruder's demand. Just when Fowler, the writer, is thinking this whole spy thing is a total bore, things are about to get real. And just like that, bam! Ausable flicks on the light, and guess what? They are not alone. There's a guy, Max, standing there holding a pistol, pointed straight at them. The boring night is officially over. So what's this all about? Max lays it out plain and simple. He wants a report about new missiles. Think about that for a second. This isn't just some small-time robbery. We're talking about information that could literally change history. The stakes could not be higher. Okay, Section 3, the balcony gambit. This is where we see Ausable's true superpower. He's got a gun pointed at him, and what does he do? He doesn't reach for a hidden weapon. Nope. He starts to tell a story. Now, this right here is the key idea for the whole story, especially for your exams. It's called presence of mind. What does that mean? It's the ability to stay cool, think fast, and act smart when you're in a super stressful, dangerous situation. Instead of freezing up, Ausable's brain just clicks into high gear. This is everything. So how does he do it? It's pure genius. He doesn't just blurt out, hey, there's a balcony. No, he builds the lie, layer by layer. First, he starts complaining about this nuisance balcony, like it's an old problem he's been dealing with forever. Then he throws in these super specific details. It belongs to the apartment next door. It used to be part of a bigger room. And for the finishing touch, he blames the hotel management for not fixing it. It's these boring everyday details that make the whole thing sound completely real. And guess what? Max falls for it hook, line, and sinker. He's so convinced that he actually says he wishes he'd known about the balcony because it would have made his job easier. Can you believe it? In that moment, Ausable, the sloppy, fat spy, has already won the mind game against the guy with the gun. Section 4. A knock, a jump. The trap has been laid. Now, all it needs is a little push. Suddenly, there's a knock on the door. Anyone else would freak out, right? Not Ausable. He doesn't miss a beat. He just calmly says, oh, that'll be the police. I asked them to check on me, for extra security. He's using this random noise to turn the pressure on Max way, way up. It's brilliant. And this is where Max completely loses it. He's trapped. He thinks there are cops at the door, and there's Ausable in the room. What's his only way out? The balcony, the escape route that Ausable just made up. So he scrambles onto the windowsill, ready to drop down onto it. A fatal mistake. So who was it? Was it really the police, just like Ausable said? Come on, what do you think? The door opens and it's a waiter, just a waiter named Henry bringing the drinks that Ausable had ordered way before Max even showed up. That big, scary threat, the police? It was just room service. How incredible is that? And then comes the final, chilling twist. Fowler is asking, what about the guy on the balcony? And Ausable just calmly says, no, he won't be coming back. Why? You see, my young friend, there is no balcony. Just let that sink in. The whole thing was a lie. Max didn't jump onto a balcony. He jumped from the 6th floor to absolutely nothing. All right, you ready for a quick pop quiz? Let's make sure you've got this key detail down, because it's a big one. So, who was really knocking at the door? Was it A, the police, B, Max's backup, C, the hotel manager, or D, a waiter named Henry? Think fast. And the answer is, of course, D, a waiter named Henry. And that right there is the whole point. Ausable's true genius was taking something totally normal, totally mundane, and turning it into a life or death weapon. Okay, last section. Let's get down to brass tacks. Here's the high-yield stuff, the things you absolutely need to know when you're writing your exam answers. So, if you're writing about this story, hit these themes. Number 1, presence of mind. That's Ausable's superpower, his ability to think on his feet. 2, appearance versus reality. The whole story is about how the fat, sloppy guy is way smarter than the real spy. 3, intellect as a weapon. A good story proved to be way more deadly than a gun. And finally, how to craft a convincing lie. Remember how you used all those boring details? Mention these points and you'll absolutely nail your answer. So let's end on this. The whole story proves that when you're in a tough spot, your mind is your greatest weapon. So my question to you is, what's a challenge in your life where maybe, just maybe, you could use a little bit of Ausable's thinking, where brains could really win out over brawn? Something to think about. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for watching with us. See you next time.